there like a thing here too? There was like an NPC around here or something. I forget if it was a nail master or not though. I don't think it is. Yeah, let's get out of here. This place is trouble. We need a simple key, and I do not have a simple key. Oh, hello, secret room. Whoa! This is Goal Mama. Whoa! Lots of money. Well, didn't know about that. I often wonder what this room was for. Okay, well now we know. Hey Vol, what you up to? Alright, so if we go up. Oh, accidental usage, I take it? Stuff like that happens, yeah. Has a Switch version, by the way. I'm like low-key interested. I mean, like, I like Dark Souls, but and it would be really nice to have portable Dark Souls. I can see that really hitting the spot. But it's also something I don't know if I'm, like, not right away. Not gonna go in on it right away, just because money's, but... Okay, cool. Maybe... Okay. Fair enough. The thing is like, I know a lot of people have complained about it, that they're like, oh, it's not 4K. And it's like, okay, like, you know, sure, whatever. Like, that's, like, only a big deal if you have, like, a 4K setup. And I'm sure, like, that's upsetting for people with 4K setups, but, like... I definitely don't have that, so it's, like, very non-issue for me. I don't know. There's, like... I have to fight this guy. Wow, okay, that actually worked really well. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things that's, like, I'm sure, like... I get the annoyance of it, like getting something like that and then not having stuff support it, but I don't know. I hear the parry timing, I hear it's like pretty much like the same as what it was, but because of the 60 frames per second, it's like way weirder to hit it, I guess. Something like that. Yeah, the spot for like backstabs in the first Dark Souls, I don't remember if it was in the patch notes for it that they adjusted that or what, but I will say once you get a feel for it, it almost feels like you'll be magnetized to it when you really like get it down, but I mean, I don't know how it is in the new game. Nothing's changed? Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Cassie, what are you up to? Yeah, because I know you definitely know Cassie. So, like, how is parrying in, like, the new one? Because I know it's, like, 60 frames per second, so that, like, in theory would, like, change, at least the feel, maybe, of it. Oh. Oh, we ain't cutting this guy down. I guess we'll just, like, throw fireballs at his back. Yeah, if anybody's gonna know, like, the deal with parrying and stuff like that, it'll be Cassie. Makes it slightly tighter for parrying. Okay, but backstabbing is the same. Okay, cool. Ooh. That's fair. I remember reading like the patch notes for it like way back, and I thought they mentioned something about backstabbing, but maybe not. Okay, that kind of worked. There's no like ability to really get above this guy, so I have to just kind of grind through it this way, I guess. No, don't fall down. I just went through all that work. Bleh. Okay. Because I know, like, backstabbing in Dark Souls 1 is really, really wild. Like, it gets really, really crazy. I'm loving it. It's so good. Like, I haven't even beat it yet, but I'm already leaning that it might be one of my favorite games this year. Like, when I say might be one of my favorite games, I mean it's definitely one of my favorite games. It might be my favorite game of this year. It is, like, super good. Good job, me. I didn't realize that was open, actually. Mushroom bouncing thing? Mushroom bouncing thing. Like... I'm not sure I follow mushroom bouncing thing. Like in the, like, area of the, like, spore things, attacking the mushroom to bounce. Oh. Okay. I know one of my friends, like, when I told them that you can actually, like, attack down and bounce off spikes, they were very surprised. Maybe I haven't encountered whatever this is that you're referring to. Oh shit, whoa. We can't get through him that way. Okay. Get these cross-ups. Because he'll swing up, but he doesn't, like, cover his back when he swings up. So. Oh, grub friend. Fair enough, no worries. Alright, so we found a grub friend. That's always good. God, I love this area. It's so moody. Like, look at the rain. It's so good. Oh, hello. This seems boss roomy. Yeah. This is trouble. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Watcher Knight. Oh my god, he's adorable. I love him. Okay, I can actually move through them now. I have a soft spot for, like, Hercules beetles, so I'm loving the design on this guy. Oop, shoot. Kinda ate that. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. This is gonna get dicey. Oop. Oh, shoot, the jump. I was expecting the roll. Shoot. Did I not have enough energy to heal? Oh, God. I am currently on PC. Oh. Let's... Shoot. This isn't really my fighting build either. But I guess that's what happens when you're on adventures. Oh, shoot. I keep trading on my heals. Oh, one's down. I'm sure I'll... Yep. Shoot. Heal, heal, heal. Whoa. Oh, I don't have enough energy to heal. Oh, whoa, whoa. Ugh, that's the worst setup for sure. Whoa, hit the brakes. There we we go. Ooh, there's another one down. Oh, whoa, I wasn't expecting him to just, like, go into roll. There we go, another one down. I think that, oh, no, there's still another one left. Oop. Oh. Heal, heal, heal. Ah, shoot. Had to go with the bouncing, didn't he? Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. There we go. Whoa. Oh, dang, I just got too close. Ah, shoot. Heal. Trade. Heal. Oh. There we go. Another one down. It should buy us the space to get some good healing in. Or we'll just beat the fight, I guess. Ah, that's terrible. What? I got it. Okay. Got for Switch. Feels like the Joy-Cons and Pro Control kind of lack the. Both kind of lack for this in Undertale. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this game is great. I could maybe see this because I have to admit, like, when I play with the Joy-Cons, I don't have a Pro Controller. I've used it once or twice, and I do like the feel of the Pro Controller for the Switch. Also, I don't know what the... So, my channel has a thing about censoring, like, people's, like, word, like, things. And it's, like, it'll censor, like, the weirdest things. What was the thing that it censored, last week? And it's just because I'm running, like, the generic auto mod thing. It was really funny. I will find a link to it right now. Where is it? Couldn't have been that far back. What? Here it is. Here's the one. There we go. There's another one here. Cooj is like totally getting like all the words figured out for the auto mod. They're so dumb. It's great. Gotta watch out for those traffic cones. Don't ask me why like Twitch's auto mod is like this. It's just I use it at convenience because more often than not, like, you know. Ooh, hello. Hello, shiny thing. What are you? Hello, Seal. I don't know what to do with these yet. Money! I know. Like, it'll just censor the weirdest things. Like, it'll totally, like, let you say, like, fuck tonsils, but it won't let you say tonsils suck. So, yeah. It's not my intention to, like, have the chat, like, censor what my friends are trying to say, but it's, like... sorry guys. It just happens. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But I could totally see, like, with the Joy-Cons, because I was playing, I think it was Mighty Gunvolt Burst, and I noticed that, like, I found the Joy-Cons, they were okay, like, initially, but I found, like, for getting, like, the really, like, quick, like, when I needed to be really, like, precise with things, sometimes they weren't so hot. And I definitely found they kind of slide in my hands a little, and it's just, like, the shape. It's not that I don't like them, it's just that, yeah, I gotta just get used to them. Oh, the big one was that, like, And I don't have very big hands, so this is like surprising to me. But like the face buttons, I kept like hitting like I'd try and hit like Y and I'd hit X and Y together, and it's like this is a weird problem for me to have. Ooh, telescope. What is this? And it's like, dang, like yeah, and like I said, like I don't have big hands, so this is like this shouldn't be a problem. This is a control for ants, like jeez. Oh, this is the other mask. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. We found that. So where's this taking us? Ooh, shiny. I see. For King Beloved. Okay. Whee! We did it! I don't know what we're doing in this when we take out these guys. I'm like, I don't know if they're bad or good or anything. It's just like I'm sure I'll figure that out with the lore. They seem ominous. That's what I do know. Watcher. Okay, so that's another one down. But no, I've been playing this on PC. It would definitely be a really nice Switch game to have, though. I could just see, like, easily, like, sinking time into it, you know, when I need to kill some time. Actually, maybe I should go up and check the... Oh. Check out this again, just in case. Gotcha. Ooh, what is this? Let's see. What about the next one? No, isn't anything. There's gonna be spikes, isn't there? But no. Yeah, one of my friends, Keith, has been like buying everything on like the Switch. Like it's been sort of like his go-to system for stuff. And I have to admit, I'm like, I kind of wish I have like decided to like do that, because having a nice library on the Switch would be pretty convenient. Like being able to have your games portable is just like a nice option. Though I have to admit, it seems like the Switch is a little bit sometimes hit and miss with like how portable it is. Or not portable, how well things have been ported over. Because I know like here a few months back I was playing what is it called? I can't remember the name. I was playing Dead Cells, and I guess the Switch port for it isn't great, because it's like it has like a lot of like lag and stuff in spots, which would be very unfortunate. Gotcha. I think it's pretty hard in general, but yeah, I could see it being really tough. The Pro controller wasn't any better for it though? That's kind of surprising. I will say Undertale is something that, like, was worse. Really? That's really surprising. I guess, like, the thing is you get, like, a certain level of precision just by having, like, this is, like, something that I know a lot of people won't agree with me on this, but having the actual Joy-Cons, like, D-pad essentially just be made of 4 buttons definitely gives a level of precision for certain games. Like, I like a good D-pad, but it's not a bad route to go by doing it that way, but I can definitely see where it's also not good for other games. Like, for fighting games, it's not great because it's hard to get a beat on, like, diagonals on something like the way the Joy-Con D-pad is, so... gotcha. I don't know how the, like, Undertale ports have been on, like, other systems. Like, I'd assume, like, like, I'd assume it would be pretty much the same the whole way through. I think there was, like, things in that game that definitely, like, are almost designed around playing it on keyboard. Because it's just, like, that extra, like, layer of precision is helpful. So that was another mask, so that's pretty good. Oh, we just head this way and hit the bench. Oh, really? It doesn't support control rebinding. Huh. That's very strange, too. You know, that's something that would really be really nice for Nintendo if they did... Ow. Didn't expect him to stop. One thing that would be really nice if Nintendo did would be to do what Sony did with the PlayStation 4 and have, like, that sort of universal ability to rebind controls. Because I think that's just a good decision to have, like, as an option just outside of a game to be able to force rebind controls, because it's like... And I know it's not perfect because it won't work perfect for every game, but it's at least something, especially for people that have, like, accessibility, like, issues with certain control setups. Like, that's just like consumer friendly, in my opinion. And it would be nice to see Nintendo do the same thing, especially since, like, you know, accessibility is kind of, like, their big push, though. Like, we want to, you know, make games that everybody can play. So it would be smart for Nintendo to do that. Yeah, I know. See, like, what game was I thinking about for the Switch? Oh, Smash Brothers. Because... So, like, people have been like, Code, why aren't you hyped for Smash Brothers Ultimate? I'm like, I am kind of low-key hype, but, like, I'm also very aware that everybody that I, like, used to play with here doesn't play it doesn't play Smash, or they've moved, and, like, the only people that are left here don't like Smash Brothers at all, and it's like, that's fine, but it's one of those things that I have nobody locally to play, and then it's like, my only option would be to play online, and it's like... Great. This is, like, literally a system where almost 90% of people are going to be playing on Wi-Fi. And it's like, I'm not eager for that, but it might be my only way to get matches, so I might just have to, like bear with it. Tell me every time I start the game I want to sign up. Oh, really? Does it actually prompt you every time you start the game that, like, to get an account or get a subscription? That kind of sucks. That's bad. Don't do that, Nintendo. That's dumb. I mean, I get it that, like, your consumer base maybe isn't, like, on the up and up as far as, like, how online subscriptions work, but don't do that. Don't do that. Like, it's just bad. It's, like, not friendly at all. It's the worst. Like, don't harass your consumers with, like, advertisements. That's, like... And I know, like, Microsoft kind of went through that phase, too, where it was, like... They were like, oh, you need a subscription for online. They had to, like, convey that to people. And so they really, like, hammered people for a little while with, like... You know, subscribe, and it's like, But then I think they kind of eased off on it a little bit. Sony has been, like, mostly okay with it. Like, I can't think of any instances where I've been like prompted to subscribe outside of when I've actually been like under like settings that are already to do with like updating your PS Plus account and stuff like that. So that's another thing that Nintendo needs to do, is like get on the virtual console, like get like doing virtual console games. Like, this is the perfect, literally the best system they've ever made for doing virtual console. You could do console games, you could do portable games, you could, like, I would just fucking love to be able to play Advance Wars on this thing and like just do it. Like, that's just a great idea. Like, it's completely, like, it's such a good idea for them to do that, and they would be making so much money. And it's like, Nintendo, just like put some resources into that, because like you already have good third-party support, so like you don't need to be carrying as hard with your first-party titles. Like, I understand other Nintendo systems where it's like, you know, they really need to carry with their first-party games, and you know, it's like, oh, now you're having to like split up your resources between porting old games and making new ones. Like, that's maybe hard, but it's like, right now the Switch is in a good spot. Like, this is the perfect time to like you know, look into doing your Super Nintendo like virtual console. Do everything up to the Wii U. You can pretty much do that at this point. So I don't know why Nintendo doesn't do that, and it's one of those things that's just like, that's, yeah, I will say, like, right now, like, the library of games for, like, having, like, this is the reason why I don't have, like, Nintendo's online subscription yet, is because there isn't enough games that use it to warrant, like, the subscription for it. And I don't know if tying, like, the NES library to your subscription and making it, like, free is, like, the right way to pitch that. Like, I don't think it works best that way. People aren't gonna people aren't buying the subscription to play your NES games. They're buying the subscription because they want to be able to play Smash Brothers. They want to be able to play Mario Kart. They want to be able to play Splatoon. They want to be able to play. They just want to be able to have like PvP and Dark Souls. So it's like, you know, that's why they're buying it. So like, focus on that. Don't try and like jerry rig your NES games to the subscription. That's not like. I understand the idea is like, they're trying to sweeten the pot, but this is just like a fleck of sugar, like, and that's like the thing too. I'm surprised that they didn't go with Super Nintendo games, because like, I think that's like really like the NES has like the sort of I know I'm like kind of not playing right now, but I'm like all the gears are spinning right now in my head as far as like Nintendo and like what they're doing. So this is just my like soapboxing right now. I'm just gonna sit on this bench and soapbox about Nintendo, okay? Everybody okay with that? But like, the thing is it's like Super Nintendo was when Nintendo hit the sweet spot with like 2D games. They knew, like, that is like when things became refined. Like the SNES or SSNES, the NES doesn't have like that refinement. They're still figuring out how to do 2D games on the NES. You know what I mean? Or they were. I'm talking like it just happened. No, like the NES, like most of the games are like I like a lot of NES games. I like a lot of NES games, but it's like, I understand that they're not polished games. Like the majority of them are not polished. I'm not saying they're all like that, but there's a lot of them that they're not friendly or easy or oftentimes even fun games to play, which is like kind of the kicker. Like, you go to the Super Nintendo, though, and, like, this is when Nintendo is, like, you know, hitting their stride. They know what people like. They've kind of refined what, like, the balance between difficulty and fun. Like, the Super Nintendo is just, like, you know, immaculate as far as, like, its, like, games go. Like, they're just really good. Yeah, like, make a Super Nintendo package with Zelda and Earthbound. Like, you know, Final Fantasy, Metroid, throw some Mario games in there, and, you know, that would be, like, really appealing. That would appeal to people. The NES library, like, I don't know if that has, like, the broad appeal that they think it does. I mean, like, it definitely doesn't with, like, people, like, you know, a few years younger than me, because I remember going to, like, Smash Brothers 4 tournaments, and being extremely surprised that people that are, like, only, like, 5, maybe 5, even like as far as like 10 years younger than me, don't know where half these characters came from. And it's like, how is this even possible? Like, there's one person I was talking to, and like, they're not like, I'm not saying that they're like, they were surprised. They did not know where Captain Falcon came from. They thought they were just a character that was in Smash Brothers. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, I mean, like, they kind of knew that there was like a game, but like, this is like, they thought it was just like a Super Nintendo game, and that was it. Like, and that's how they thought, like, well, I mean, NES is like that, but it is like, they thought it was like the same deal with like NES. And like, a few of these other characters, and it's like, no, they've well, they don't still make F-Zero games, but, like, these games aren't as old as you think they are. I'm ancient, and I hate it. But no, Super Nintendo Library would be great, because not only is it, that, like, these are better games, these are games that, like, are going to bring, like, that knowledge base to, like, a new generation of gamers, which is, like, important, because, like, that's always been a thing with Nintendo, is being able to, like, these are supposed to be characters that you sort of grew up with, and, like, there's, like, a lot of people now at this point that they never experienced the Super Nintendo generation. At this point, there's a lot of people that haven't experienced the Nintendo 64 generation, or even, like, the GameCube generation, and it's, like, Nintendo needs to get these games out there for people to play, because, like, if they want to have, like, that longevity to, like, they want to have that sort of, these games aren't classics for people that haven't played them, and if they're not giving people access to them through a virtual console or even a subscription service, people aren't going to, like, get attached to these characters. They're not going to have that, like, attachment to them. Like, this is something that, like, you know, I grew up on Nintendo systems, and although I do have, like, I can be very, sharp about the things that I say towards Nintendo, because there's definitely things that I'm like, Nintendo, smarten up. Like, I really like Nintendo. I want them to succeed. I want them to do better. But Nintendo sometimes makes these steps where it's just, like, it's just aggravating that they don't, like, go that extra step farther, or look at it from a slightly different angle. Like my only guess is the reason why they're doing the NES subscription service is because they are aware that, like, people will pay money for the Super Nintendo games. People might not pay money for the NES games at this point. That is, like, the only, like, logistical, like, route I can, like, think of as to why they went with the NES games instead of Super Nintendo. And if that's true, then hopefully it entails the notion that they're going to be putting Super Nintendo games on it at some point. But it's just like, yeah. To me, like, it would be a great system to have, like, if Nintendo had their virtual console, like, shit together, the Switch would be, like, cleaning, like, it would be perfect. I would be dumping all my cash into it if I could. But him release another package, or just Earthbound for the Switch. See, like, I love Earthbound. Like, literally the box for, like, the Super Nintendo game is sitting on my shelf right behind me. Big fan of Earthbound. I do kind of know why Nintendo is wary of Earthbound. I think it's, like, their darkest game, and it's, like, it's definitely the game that, like, I think they're most wary about, like, putting out there again. And I think it's, like, Mother 3 is definitely like that. Mother 3, I think Nintendo is, like, they will not release Mother 3 because they're completely aware of the fact that Mother 3 is dark. It is dark, and it's also probably Nintendo's, like, most, it's, like, their most, like, uneasy game, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that, like, you play Mother 3, and it's, like, this is, like, these are, like, adult themes packaged with, like a sugar coating, but it's still, like, adult themes, and I think Nintendo of America is aware of that, and they're very, like, like, conscious of the fact that, like, this isn't their image normally, and because of the fact that it's, like, you know, a friendly exterior, but, like, kind of, a rough interior. They're very I think that's been always the thing that's like stopped them from like bringing Mother 3 over. Uh, is that like something that is only in the Switch version? I thought that was like completely cut out of both versions. That's like super gross. I don't really follow the series, but it's like I can understand why they would want to move away from this. But I definitely think it's in the Switch release. Really? That's surprising. That's so weird. But I mean, like, that's also, yeah. See, I don't play them either, so I don't know much about them at all. Like, I think chances are with Nintendo, like, I'd assume that's like Nintendo will internally manage a lot of their stuff, but I think they've loosened up a lot around like managing their third parties. And at this point, honestly, I don't think Nintendo's equipped with like the like means to manage a lot of their like third parties and what they're doing with their games. I mean, they will to a certain extent, but like when you think about like the Wii U, how little they were doing, and then like the Switch is just like opening the floodgates kind of thing. Like, I don't think Nintendo is like necessarily on the up and up. Like, they don't have the infrastructure to like manage everything. Like, I'm surprised Nintendo isn't aware of that. I'm sure maybe they are to some extent, but I'm surprised that they allowed that to like fly. Yeah, that's right too. Fire Emblem had that like whole like thing where it's like, oh, you can pet their hair. That's not creepy or anything. Like, it's like, this is what the hell? This is such a strange thing to like have in their game. Like, I don't know. This is so weird. But it, like, you know, whatever, I guess. Yeah, that's the thing is like Nintendo needs to find that balance because Nintendo definitely needs to like put their foot down on certain releases, especially sort of like I don't mean to trash like certain games because there's a lot of games out there that are, you know, it's a person's first project and it's not great, but they get a release on the Switch and they're like, yes, you know. I'm not meaning to trash those people, but there is a lot of releases that are just like mobile game like fodder releases where it's like they'll release like one of these games every 2 months and they're just trying to cash grab, and Nintendo needs to like stomp down on that. That's once again, it's not a consumer friendly thing. Sure, you're putting lots of games on your system, but this is making your library really hit and miss for people, especially people that don't have an eye for being able to like look at a game and judge if it's something that's going to be good or not. Because there's a lot of people out there that don't, and they will buy these games, and then they're like, this is a shitty game. And then they look at the Switch and they're like, why do I just have shitty games on my system? Maybe the library's all shit. And then that's like, you don't want that. Like, you want to prevent that. And Nintendo maybe needs to be getting some infrastructure based around, like, you know, keeping an eye on what they're putting on their system. I mean, they definitely had that at one point, but that's like, you know, way back. Let me see. So where am I going in this? But, like, this is just, like, my feelings on these things. Like, I don't know. I used to tweet, like, my, like, game opinions, like, a lot way back, but I don't know. I hit a point where it's just, like, it's a little bit, like, shouting into the abyss sometimes. And it's, like, you lose that feeling of, like, I don't know. There was a certain point where I realized it's like, my opinions are old. I'm old and my opinions are old. And maybe I'm just like out of touch. Q like posting like that like gif of Skinner. It's like maybe it's maybe I'm out of touch. No, it's the kids that are wrong. Like, that's basically what it feels like sometimes. Like, I don't feel like I'm off base, but maybe I am. I don't know. You hit a certain point where ooh. Ooh, I wonder if I should eat it. The others around here are awfully bland. Oh no, Willow eats people. Damn. Oh no. My mom was right. My mom was watching the game yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, look, it's Willow. You should you'll probably like Willow." And she's like, "I hate Willow." And I'm like, like, it's like knife to the side. I'm like, "Who can hate Willow?" And she was like, "No, this is no good." Oh, so I guess Willow eats people. So I guess maybe my mom was onto something. She knew. She knew deep down. Where am I going? Okay, this seems like a place that I haven't been. Oh, it's a bank, of course. Of course I'm not going to the bank. Yeah, that too. Like, the Switch needs to, like, get its pricing stuff in line. I understand, like, Switch tax, quotation fingers, but it's still, like... If Nintendo was, like... I'm not even talking about, like, their awful games that are, like, $10 on iPhone and, like, 10 on Switch. Like, that's obviously... Nobody should be buying those. But, I'm talking about, like... The fact that, like, if I wanted to buy Dead Cells on PC, it's, like... Let's say $20, and on Switch it's like 24, 28 or something. Like, it's like, why is this so much more expensive? Why am I paying, like, literally, like, 1/3 more? I know part of the reason is because, like, Nintendo has they apply tax to it, but also because of where I live, they apply 2 taxes to the price of everything, which is like, no, don't do that. That's like, especially don't do that. Like, I understand it's like supposed to be like, whoa, dang, that really hit me. I understand like companies are supposed to probably do that, but it's like no one does, so like stop it. Because I know right away that like this isn't like money that's getting like, this isn't like this tax that they're applying is not going to where it's supposed to go. It's just going in their pocket. It's like, stop it, Nintendo. This is being slimy. Yeah, see, if there's extra content, completely understandable. But yeah, when it's just the exact same release, it's hard to justify it. I mean, I feel like I should, because it's like, this is the system to own things on right now. Because, like, I could be having them all portable, and that'd be sick. Oh, good job, me. Oh, I don't think I've been through here. This looks new to me. I'm trying to think of how much Undertale typically runs. Well, that's fair then, It's like a case-by-case basis for sure. Ow. I haven't been here before. Okay, so this is at least something new. Wait, I maybe have been here before, because I remember this. Yeah, because, like, the thing is if there's new content, like, it's, like, that makes sense. I understand, like, the Switch is also kind of arriving late to the party, so it is a lot of, like, ports of games that have been, like, out on other systems for a while, so, Whoa. So, like, I think the problem is that they're not, like, pricing them like that, though. They're pricing them as if they're, like, brand new. Oh, that's really strange, too. I didn't actually know that. I've literally only got... So this should, like, detail my, like, my whole Switch library. I have Mario Odyssey. That's the only case game I have. And I have Mighty Gumball Burst and Blaster Master. Those are the only Switch games I have. I would love to have a bigger, like, library on the Switch, but it just hasn't happened yet. So it's something it's really tough because it's hard to justify the prices sometimes when it's like, oh, I could get this like on Steam for, let's say, like $8 and get it on the Switch it's like $16.20. Okay, so this seems like a thing. I don't know if I've been here before. Overgrown mound. I think I've been here before. Okay, so this is just like, I just don't have the map for this area, so it's just like I'm lost because of that. Yeah, this all looks familiar to me. What you should do is get Xenoblade 2. I still haven't actually played the first Xenoblade. I was interested at the time, but money happened, and then I didn't play it. I know I don't need to play Xenoblade 2 or the first one to play Xenoblade 2, but yeah. I think the big thing is, like, I've just been, like, in a weird spot where it's like, I haven't played an RPG in a long time. I like JRPGs, but, or emulate Xenoblade 1. I can just borrow it from Keed if I really want to play it, like, if I have, like, spare time and I can fit it in, I can do it that way. And I could borrow Xenoblade 2 from Keed, too. If, like, nothing else about the Switch, like, Keed has a massive, like, library for it. And it's like, I can just borrow anything from Keed, so at least it's like, you know, that's at least something I can do. Okay, so I've been through this section here. It looked different to me, but I guess it's just been a few days since I've been through here. Okay, cool. Good to know. I know Keed really liked it. I feel like our taste in JRPGs doesn't always line up, though, which is maybe why I was, like, you know. He tends to have, like, how to put it? I tend to be more, like, old school with them, I think, and he tends to, I don't know how you describe what he prefers. I'm trying to think. He's maybe a bit more, like, open about his, like, JRPGs. I'm a bit more rigid about mine, because it's, like, it's a time investment, right? So it's, like, I want to make sure that I'm, like, playing something that's, like, worth my time. Oh, wow, okay. I was like, can I dodge this thing? I can not dodge this thing. Can I, like... I still can't go through that. I still don't know how to open that. How's the prequel DLC? I was surprised to see it has an actual physical case release. I was like, whoa, what? Okay. I kind of took the wrong path here, but I guess it's like, okay. I could check out this other section over here, I guess. As soon as I see it, I'll remember what it, like, looks like and why I haven't went back this way. Okay, well, I'll take it into, like, account, I guess. I mean, there's not a whole lot of JRPGs that have, like, grabbed my interest lately, but, like, Xenoblade seems, like, it seems good. Like, it looks interesting to me. I know the perfect game to, like, differentiate, like, me and Keith's taste, though, in JRPGs. He really likes Golden Sun. Golden Sun is just, like, nails on a chalkboard to me. That is, like, where our, like, line is, I think. Like, I could not deal with Golden Sun. Okay, well then that's probably a sign that we're at least, like, maybe closer in alignment to, like, taste as far as JRPGs go. To me, like... yeah, to me, like, I grew up on, like, yeah, Final Fantasy VI, and, like, I grew up on, like, Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Lufia 2. Lufia 2 is, I think, the big one that killed Golden Sun for me. Because, Crosscode reminds my friend of Golden Sun. Yeah, see, like, Lufia 2, as soon as you do puzzles in, like... Oh, the music's so good. As soon as you do puzzles in Lufia 2, like... Something like Golden Sun, like, you realize right away, it's like, these aren't puzzles. These are just, like... These abilities are just, like, keys to doors. There's, like, no puzzle here. Oh my god, Lufia 2 is so good. I've been craving playing it again, too. Oh my god. I don't even know who owns like the franchise for like Lufia at this point. I don't know if it's like if it's Taito or who it is. 3DS remake, not as good. Okay. Oh, here we go. There is a thing through this wall, but I can go up and around maybe. No? Okay, I've been up here because that's an empty chest. Well, the question is, how do we cut that then? Okay, this is the part that's like walling me off then. Okay, this is something for later, I guess. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Super Nintendo and like PS1 era, like JRPGs, super good. Like lots of good stuff there. I guess that's why like when I initially said like my taste in JRPGs tends to run like a little bit older. I think that's a big part of it. Like a lot of my preferences lie in like Super Nintendo and PS1. I found by the PS2, like it's not that like I didn't play any, but I found that I was like really dipping off of them because I felt like they were I don't know, there was just something different about them. They weren't like hitting the spot like they once did. I don't know if it was just that I was busier in my life and you know, they're a time intensive thing to play, so you know, that's definitely part of it. I mean, there's a few on the PS2 that I really like. Yeah. It's not as easy. It's not as easy as the PS1 and the Super Nintendo. I think a big one for me too was, and I know a lot of people were like, "What? Like, shut your stupid face." But I was not actually a big fan of Final Fantasy 12. I think it was the Final Fantasy that like pushed me out of the series. Because I don't know, it was like I think what it is, yeah, I like JRPGs that are very character driven, and like Final Fantasy 12, I'm not saying it's not character driven, but it's just like it's very like politically padded. Like you have to get into the world, and it's like politics to really be into the game, I think. And it just wasn't for me. I actually don't mind Final Fantasy X that much. Final Fantasy X is like alright in my books. It's like linear, but like it's like alright. I think the thing with Final Fantasy X for me is it doesn't outstay its welcome. Because it's a relatively short game. So that was like at least something. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I like Persona 3, I like Persona 4, they're both like fine. I think they're starting to get I don't know, like yeah, it's a lot of hours in on it. You know what? I actually own a pre-release copy of Nocturne where it's like the disc doesn't have any like cover on it. I'm like, this is like a rare thing to own, probably. Like it's a reveal copy of Nocturne. I should probably play more of it. I played like maybe the first like 20 hours and I just kind of dipped out of it. Not because it was like bad, but just like I don't know. It wasn't quite hooking me like I hoped it would have. When it comes to like SMT, I have to admit my like taste tends to align much closer to Persona than it does SMT, which it's like, you know, core SMT fans are gonna be like boo, and I'm gonna be like, but I like colors and fun. It's like SMT is definitely like it is very like hardcore, and it plays really hard into that, and it's like, you know, I completely skipped Final Fantasy 13. 12 like put me out of it, and it was funny because like when 13, when they were originally showing trailers and stuff for it and things like that, I was like, oh, this looks like it's a return to like form. This is of course way before like the game was out, because I was like, oh, it seems like it's character driven, and it's like, I don't know, it's like clearly trying to like capitalize on like Final Fantasy 7 feels, and like with a mix of like 10, I guess, to it. Like I could see being into this. Comes out, completely like skip it. I'm like, don't even put like don't even put a pre-order in or anything. Like I just by the time it came out, I just did not care. And it's like, that's probably unfortunate, but yeah, wasn't quite for me. Like I've had people tell me like since the game came out, it's like, you should probably try 13 because you'd probably like it, even though it's not a perfect game, and it's not even like in the upper like echelon of Final Fantasy games. Like you'd still probably enjoy it. So that's because he only talks about his girlfriend. Never shuts up. Beat 13? Okay. I have like a few people that have like told me to like try 13 at some point. And I probably will. I will someday. I don't know. I've seen a few people on my Twitter playing the new Dragon Quest, and they seem to be enjoying it. But Dragon Quest is definitely like Dragon Quest is probably where like the line is on the other side of like JRPGs, like old school JRPGs, where it's like, as soon as I enter Dragon Quest territory, things get like, I don't enjoy them quite as much. They seem very I don't know. I want to say, I don't want to say stingy, but I want to say a word that's, it's not stingy I'm thinking of, but there's another word that's kind of like it. It's like they're rigid, I guess. Like, I mean, I'm sure they open up, but like Dragon Quest games are very long, so I have next to no experience with the Tales of series, except for Tales of Fantasia and a little bit of Tales of Symphonia. I like the character designs when I see like artwork of them. They seem like they really pop, but like other than that, like I've never gotten into one. I think it's because like to me like I like the notion of like kind of a lighter approach to like JRPGs, and like that element of just like taking, it's almost like an old school approach to them. Like I don't like it's something that they seem light to me, like to a certain degree, but I just, none of them have really grabbed me enough to make me pick them up, I guess. The L-felt approach, yes, light and fluffy. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, see, I was kind of curious about it, but I don't know. Just didn't end up panning out. Let me take a look here. I'm just kind of wandering around. I know I'm not, like, doing anything that's really super engaging right now, but, like, you know what? Let's go back to the Coliseum. If I'm gonna, like, you know, mostly be soapboxing, like, right now, I might as well just, like, be picking away at, like, a fight. Okay, cool, Vol. That's good to know. Yeah, that's what I've heard a bit, too, is, like, compressed audio, which is a little surprising, but maybe not that surprising. I'm just curious, like, how much, when people, like, complain about compressed audio, like, how much is it compressed? Because, like, to me, like, you kind of like that might be something that might be unnoticeable to somebody that isn't like really into like the audio elements of like games. Like I know that's like the type of thing that like will completely like ruin a game for some people, but other people won't even like notice. Oh wow, meaty file. That's very strange. Huh. I'm supposed to go up the elevator shaft. That's right, too. I have so much money, I want to spend money, but I don't have any place to spend money. Maybe. That could be definitely a factor, too. It doesn't... The thing is like... It definitely doesn't take much to sink a game nowadays. Oh wow, you get it for 30. That's a good deal. That is a pretty sweet deal. I would totally jump in at 30. You know what? I had a chance to jump in at 30, and I'm really annoyed that I didn't. Because, when I replaced my PS4 here, the other month, I got a ticket in with it that basically gives me 20% off of a PSN purchase. And I was like, yeah, that's good. And then, and then they had, on sale, they had it and Cross Tag Battle on sale. And because of the ticket, I could get it for 50% off, which made it, like, 30-something, I think. Like, and I was like, oh, this is such a good deal, but then, like, you know, Shoulder Angel, Shoulder Devil, and it was just like, Code, you don't need to be buying both games. You already own Dark Souls. Like, do you need to be buying this again? Are you going to play it? And I was like, maybe. And then it was like, I talked myself out of it. And I ended up just buying Cross Tag Battle. And it was like, right after I did it, I was like, I should have bought Dark Souls 2. I'm really angry now. Yeah, that's like true. Like, I do have the original on PC, so. And honestly, like, I got the original for, like, $3, which is, like, insane. It was, like, so cheap. It was, like, $3 or $4. It was ridiculous. And I was like, there's few games I can say that I've ever had such a good deal on that were that good as Dark Souls. Talk yourself out of getting Hitman 2. Ah, I see. I don't know much about the series, but hey mom, how you doing?
Good. Stuff was ready.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll be out in a minute. Okay, well, I'll probably wrap up the stream then. What was I gonna say? I don't know much about the Hitman series. I know everything I know basically comes from High Roller, who played quite a little bit of it. Wow, hey cat. He played quite a little bit of it, and he wasn't like crazy about like the Hitman aesthetic, but he really liked the last like Hitman, and I guess like the most recent one. He was like not my type of game, but he was like mechanically really fun. Hater Willow. Oh. Oh, there's multiplayer in it? That's super strange. I guess it would just be like what? Like 1v1 like defend target, like defend target, kill target kind of thing, maybe? That's the only way I could see doing like something like that in Hitman. Hey, oh, some that you both have a target to get first without being spotted. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's kind of fun. That's something different. That's something that I kind of have a little bit of a soft spot for lately. Is like games that, like they're trying like if they're gonna do multiplayer, they're trying to do something a little bit different. They're not just doing like you know, arena deathmatch in every single game. It's like, yeah, that's kind of cool. I can appreciate that. But anyway, so I guess like food's ready, so I'm going to bounce. Didn't really accomplish much. Sorry guys. I got kind of on a like big spiel about video games and that happens. But yeah, so as far as streaming Hollow or as far as the next Hollow Knight stream goes, probably not tonight. I'm probably going over to Key. Yeah, it was more of a rant stream than a gameplay stream, unfortunately. I did fight one boss though, so I guess that's something. I did get a mask, so that's something. Um, but what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't have new Dark Souls remaster or anything, but like, I played the original and loved it. It was actually the very first game I streamed. Well, maybe not the very first, but it was the first like long play I did like on stream. Long playthrough, and it was like the first playthrough of like Dark Souls that I did. It was really fun. It was a good time. Though, like, when I watched the stream back, it's like, wow, this is really janky, and it was really clear I was, like, learning how to stream while I was doing it. It was, like, there's definitely some weird, like, streams, but, anyway, so, food's happening, so I gotta go, so thank you guys for watching and hanging out. It was fun. It was fun chatting, always fun getting to talk about video games, and I'll catch everyone later! Woo! Where's my controller? How do I pause? How do I get out of this? Okay, later guys!